Nigerians, this is Voice Pop on GTV Africa, and we are in the streets of Abuja, AYA to be precise. And today we're going to be hearing the views of Nigerians concerning the new CBN Naira note that has been recently changed. I am Oweye Rachel. Stay tuned.
If you don't have money, how will you go and change?
Up to now, I did not see that currency. Up to now, like I did not even make a use of it.
No, instead this normal note, they will not use the new money.
For now, my account, in fact, is showing red.
I expect farmers, to pay their transportation to the city.
It will shock them.
The banks also needs to work on the app.
CBN are adamant on extending the deadline for the changing of Naira notes. What do you have to say about that?
CBN,
They are adamant. They refuse to change the deadline.
they refuse to change
The deadline, the date for the changing of Naira notes. What do you have to say?
it will shock them. It will shock them. Say all the money now will not be up to, will not be submitted or will not be deposited to the bank for as at when due. The period is too short. 31st January. Do you know how much we have in circulation now? How much money we have? Billions, trillions of nairas is still in circulations. So you understand, the CBN have to extend. If they insist that they will not extend, then it will affect people. It will affect people. And then before you know, the masses will begin to suffer it. In fact, and it will even affect the election.
Recently, CBN gave a deadline on when the old notes should be changed. Have you changed yours?
Depends on whether you have money in your account or you don't have money. If you don't have money, how will you go and change? Until you have money in the account before you think of changing the money. But when you have the money, you do. But me, I don't have money in my account for now. I'm a salary earner. For now, my account, in fact, is showing red.
What do you think CBN should do about those in rural areas who do not have banks close to them?
Yeah, it's very simple. It's not a difficult task. Thank God now that we have POS. We have POS everywhere. Now, if they go to POS, those POS attendants should go to the commercial banks and then get the money. If they get the money, they should be paying those that are staying at the village. They should be paying them using the new money. The CBN is responsible for what? Withdrawal of money in the economy. They are the one that is in control of money in circulation. You understand? So they at least they can easily do. It's not a big deal. Those using POS, they let them just endow them with the money.
Recently, CBN gave a deadline on when the old notes should be changed. Have you changed yours?
Oh, I don't go about with much cash. I do more of online banking, like transfers. I only get maybe like a few if I have to give my kids to go to school, or maybe I'm using the tricycle.
What do you think CBN should do about those in rural areas who do not have banks close to them?
I think, okay, like the POS centers, if the CBN could, raise kiosk like that in the rural centers, create this kind of local awareness for them to know, like going into the interiors, like the rurals, announcing to them that this is what they have come up with, work with the, key opinion leaders in those rural areas, like the imams, church leaders, so that they announce it in their different settings, and then so that the people are aware, and then give a specific date that the CBN will come, to do the exchange. It will help a lot, because you don't expect farmers, to pay their transportation to the city to exchange their notes. But if the CBN could, go into these rural areas, create awareness, give a specific date that they would come, go with security as well, so that they are not ambushed, and then set up these skills for these people in the villages to come exchange their notes. It will do a lot of good. Otherwise, they will be cut off from what is happening in the city.
Recently, CBN gave a deadline on when the old notes should be changed. Have you changed yours?
Yes, I've actually noticed lately I've been trying to at least withdraw less cash from POS and ATM, so that I don't have excess of the old currency in my pocket. And when it gets to 30, 31st, so that I will not be stranded with the old currency. So I just had to reshuffle myself and amend.
What do you have to say to those who haven't changed yet?
Okay, the thing I have to say is Actually, even the bank itself has to work on their ATM and even on the counter when you go into the bank and we don't have the new currency. We are still giving out the old currency. That's the old one we normally use before. But they need to work on that at first. Then Nigerians also will be able to deposit the old currency and then withdraw the new currency in the at the ATM point and or the POS.
What do you think CBN should do about those in rural areas who do not have banks close to them?
Okay. Basically, I feel there should actually be sensitizations because a lot of persons in the local area, which is the business oriented, the local area, they're actually not oriented about the idea of the new currency. You give a market woman 500 or 1,000, say, what's this? This is fake money. Understand? Most of them lack the orientation of the new currency. So the orientation they need for them to be able to adapt to the new currency and then accept it as a means of exchanging for their own commodity. I think that will actually work better. And also, the banks also needs to work on the app and then making sure their network is available in the rural area so that people can develop the use of apps and all of that in the local environment and bringing it to the local people at the community level.
CBN are adamant on extending the deadline for the changing of Naira notes. What do you have to say about that?
I feel basically election is fast approaching and I feel they should actually be able to curtail it in a way that the election, it won't get to election period because I know a lot of politicians would actually want to use the old currency to dispense to people and distribute cash around and all around. So even they don't want to exceed, it should not exceed more than 2 weeks or thereabout so that they're able to balance it up and then the old currency goes inside the bank and then the new currency is circulated within and around the world.
So I think everyone should make sure they change their money before then. So
What do you think CBN should do about those in rural areas who do not have banks close to them?
I don't know. I wish they can get maybe an agent or something. Like, I don't know, should I say like a seminar? Then, like, the way they do campaign or something, talk to them. Because normally some old people, they don't even know what is happening. You understand? So
CBN are adamant on extending the deadline for the changing of Naira notes. What do you have to say about that?
I think it's fine. We should just end it once and for all.
Recently, CBN gave a deadline on when the old notes should be changed. Have you changed yours to a new one?
Actually, right now, up to now, I did not see that currency up to now. Like, I did not even make a use of it. But I see the money is circulating. But for me, I did not change any money for now.
What do you think CBN should do about those in rural areas who do not have banks close to them?
Actually, say CBN, they give deadline, and that money that they want to change is not that small money that people in the rural area has. They are talking about those people who have large quantity, this amount of money at home. So those are the people that CBN are after, not those people in the rural area, those small change.
CBN are adamant on extending the deadline for the changing of Naira notes. What do you have to say about that?
Actually, because we Nigerians, we are very low when it comes to cooperation. So we don't cooperate with them. Like, we don't bring the money to the bank for them to change it on time. So they just have to extend the dates.
Why do you say no going back for that money where them change land? Because of that money, no good at all. The old money past the new money. And the old money past the new money. If water touch that new money, say if you don't go. But this old money is good. Even water touching, they will keep it. Go do anything. They will use it and buy something where they will collect. But that thing where Buhari talk say no going back, it's true or it's not true? I'm asking. If Buhari talk no going back. Buhari say no going back with that money where them bring new money. So how we go do?
And they don't already change them now. They don't already change them.
No, instead this no money, they will not use the new money. It's that old money will use. And that's what Buhari talk.